Hi, everybody. I'm Warren Williamson, and my friend Chessie Knight and I have decided to do this little video about the forward stroke in regards to paddling a sea kayak. And we're going to call it Simplifying the Forward Stroke. Now, I'm a self-taught kayaker. I've never taken any lessons, and I just want to share with you the way that I paddle a sea kayak. So, over the years, I've seen a lot of talk about the forward stroke. And I'm thinking that just maybe the forward stroke has been and is being overtaught. And if it's overtaught, it's going to be overthought. And that could mean that if you're overthinking it, that you're going to paddle your kayak more like a robot, more robotically and not instinctively. Okay, so what I do is I focus on three things. I focus on shoulder rotation, okay, holding the paddle straight out like this and rotating my shoulders rather than paddling with my arms. And I focus on keeping my knees pressed against the bottom of the kayak, the underside of the kayak right here. And I focus on leaning forward as opposed to leaning back and relaxing. I lean forward like I mean business. Okay, let's talk about the paddle. There's a lot of talk about how to hold the paddle. The way I do it is I keep at least a loose grip on the paddle all the time. And sometimes I'll keep a tight grip on the paddle, like if I'm getting pushed around with wind and waves and I need to do some correcting strokes or some power strokes, I'll have a tight grip on the paddle. And there's a lot of talk about where to have the paddle right here. And I very seldom paddle low like this. I always keep it like right about here, unless I'm doing a power stroke, which is a vertical stroke, and then I'm up higher, I'm up like this. Okay. Now, there's a lot of talk about how to put the paddle in the water, where you put the paddle in the water, and how you put the pressure on it and take it out. What I do is I do not look at it and I do not think about it. I simply rotate my shoulders, drop it in, and take it out just like that. So, in other words, I'm not thinking about it. I'm looking forward and I'm not thinking about it. I'm paddling instinctively. The way I see it is paddling a sea kayak is just like walking. You don't think about it, you just do it. Okay, now there's a couple more things. There's a lot of talk about raising one knee when you're coming down like this. You could raise this knee. When you're coming down like this, you could raise this knee. And I do find myself doing that if I'm doing like power strokes. I will absolutely do that. If I'm just paddling along casually on calm water, I pretty much don't. I pretty much just keep both knees pressed up in here all the time. And there's a lot of talk about canting the paddle forward. Okay. Now, if you're holding the paddle like you should be on the blades like this, then your paddle is going to cant forward exactly the way that it should for you. So just like everything else, you don't have to think about it. It's just going to happen instinctively. And that's how I paddle a sea kayak.